Today's exciting house hunt takes our adventurous buyers and escape to the country on a leap into the unknown.
I think we've always believed that it's one life and you've got to get out there and you don't want to have regrets.
So whether you're drawn to magnetic landscapes...
It feels like there's no glass there.
It does, doesn't it? Or have a taste for community spirit.
It's a carefree, safe place to raise children, very welcoming.
Keeping true to your path could well lead to your ideal spot.
What do you say to that?
Yeah,
Stunning.
what do you say? OK, thank you.
Join us for our very first escape to the Isle of Skye, a land of mountains, magic and mythology. Its name is Old Norse for Island of Clouds, but on a clear day, you'd be hard pushed to find a better example of striking Scottish splendour. Around 13,000 people live here on the epic Isle of Skye, but around 600,000 visit every year, including me. The largest of the islands of Scotland's Inner Hebrides, Skye is a scenic gem, once only accessible by water. Since 1995, a bridge means making the crossing from the mainland is that bit easier. Visitors will find ancient rock formations that legends say were made by mischievous fairies and angry giants. It's an atmospheric place where Gaelic culture and language still thrive.
Around a third of the population of Skye speak Gaelic, and it's very much used as an everyday language in certain communities within the island. There is the only Gaelic college in Scotland, and the community's been transformed by having that there.
It's also a wildlife spotter's paradise on land and on water, as well as a creative well for many a filmmaker, poet, photographer and painter.
As an artist, Skye utterly inspires me. The ever-changing light. They call it the elusive skylight, and especially I'm really inspired by the light on the water.
If you're looking for a reason to move to the Isle of Skye, then I have a list as long as my arm. But for today's couple, or should I say family, well, they've been searching for months to find the perfect place to make their escape. And the Isle of Skye has made it to the top of their list.
One ocean, sleepyhead, time to wake up.
Ready for another day of adventure?
Good morning, everyone. I'm just making myself some breakfast.
After selling their home last year, family of four, Mum Claire, Dad Mark, 12-year-old Indigo and 8-year-old Oceana have been living in a van, travelling Europe and the UK over the past 4 months.
See you later.
It's an adventure. We're all part of a team and everybody has a job. So we have to pack the van up and then we go off and enjoy our day. And then you find your next base and you've got to unpack it all again.
Some of the places we've been and woke up where the little van's taken us have been absolutely fantastic. Waking up on beaches, meeting people, but we'd really like a home now.
Lovers of the outdoors and keen wildlife watchers,
What's that, Indigo?
the Isle of Skye is one place that stuck out on their travels.
Skye is very dramatic with its scenery. We went and visited a beach, and on the way back there were 2 otters playing, which was awe-inspiring for the girls. And it does feel like you're on the edge a bit, but that's all part of the adventure and the wildness.
We've been on boat trips and seen dolphins in the van. We've seen the Northern Lights and looking forward to getting out there.
The family has a budget of up to £500,000 and are looking for a detached property with at least 3 bedrooms. They'd like enough land to grow their own food, and the girls are keen to keep some animals. They're also looking for some income with accommodation to offer paying guests. And they'd like to be close to the water to enjoy kayaking and sailing.
This is definitely one of the most epic escapes I've ever done. And this week's couple sounds so adventurous. Living in a camper van with their 2 kids for months on end. There is no chance my family and I would be able to do it for months. Maybe a week or 2 at best. So I'm intrigued to see how they're getting on and how desperate they are to get their own house. They've definitely chosen a perfect spot to have more adventures.
We're basing our property search in the dramatic north of the island. But before we get going, we're catching up in one of the many scenic spots so I can hear just what they're hoping for from the move.
Claire and Mark, thank you so much for bringing me here. It's just stunning.
It's not bad.
And so expansive, so much space. Not how you've been living, I hear. Tell me about this van. What's going on?
We decided to sell our house, gave up jobs, gave up everything. A bit mad, really, and off we went.
I love it. And having travelled all through Europe, what is it about the west of Scotland that's drawn you and said, this is the place we want to settle?
It's the space, Skye particularly, it's the amount of ocean around it. We've missed getting out on the water. Even though we've been in the van, we haven't had the access to our paddleboard, and we've got a little sailing boat. You can kayak along and you get seals and dolphins around you, so that would be great.
How do you think it's going to feel to finally get the keys to your home up here in Skye?
It would be nice to have a settled home, waking up in the same place, comforts, fire going, cup of tea, knowing it's yours and knowing you're settled for the foreseeable future. The benefit to you is we've lived in the van for so long, as if you show us a tiny house, it'll feel like a mansion to us for sure.
You are literally ready to go, right?
Ready.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's start this adventure. Come on.
Our first offering is in the community-owned estate of Glendale. Located in the northwest corner of the island, the 19,000-acre estate includes a village with a well-stocked store and post office, a cafe and a weekly craft fair. Healthcare and supermarkets are around 6 miles away, and the property we've come to see is a 15-minute walk from the village itself.
So after 9 months in a van, we've made it to the first property I want to show you. Here it is. So first impressions then?
Gosh.
Beautiful.
It's interesting, very attractive looking property.
The house is remote, so you're here all on your own. How do you feel about that?
Perfect.
Absolutely
great.
It's the type of thing we're looking for. It's the not having to go out because you can enjoy what you have here.
Beautiful views. Suspect the girls won't know what to do with all the space.
Right, well let's get inside and have a look at the house itself.
Okay, fantastic.
Built in 2010 in the vernacular style of the island, this modern house has solar panels and a ground source heat pump, providing an energy efficiency rating of 82 out of 100, and a feed-in tariff that generates around £3,500 a year.
Well, it is lovely and cosy, so we've got jackets off to enjoy the warmth of this house.
Straight away, it delivers on the view. It feels very
Cosy.
welcoming with the rooms being just off to the side.
I'm excited to show you the kitchen because I'm figuring you want to move on from your little stove.
Yeah, a bit more variety of cooking.
Well, I think you certainly have the space in here to do lots more variety of cooking.
I do. I like making bread as well and things.
Oh, do you?
So yeah, so I need a bit of work surface.
We'll make a change, not having to fetch the table out and bring it and carry it in and eat and put the table away. That'd be a new one.
I'm sensing a warmth towards this property.
Yeah, definitely.
What's not to like?
Well, I think this is probably the first time we're looking for what we'd call a home. I don't know whether we've ever called anywhere a proper home.
A forever home.
No.
Forever home.
Dare we say that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Dare we say that?
Whoa, steady on them.
Yeah, steady on.
Still a lot of
steady on.
adventure left, Mark.
Well, we are off to a really good start. Let me show you another room.
Retracing our steps across the dining area, we reach a further reception room with a fireplace featuring Scottish stone and an oak wood hearth.
Ah, the fireplace.
Yeah,
You need it.
The word cosy springs to mind, but you want cosy when you've got a view like that.
I
And
know.
when it's blowing a hoolie, you hunker down in here, yeah, it's very nice. Bring the
Work
outdoors
with
in
that.
with the colours
Yeah,
and
all the
things,
headless
lighting and
yeah.
things like that. But the bones are all here. It's all very nice, isn't it?
Separate spaces as well.
Yeah, and you can sit here or you can sit there.
Separating out.
I know, because you've all been very close together.
Very cosy, yeah.
It is going to feel strange.
Yeah, and they haven't got to turf me out of bed when they want to make a drink or get their breakfast.
There is that. Well, here, I tell you what, there's a bedroom through there, but what I want to show you is the upstairs because you get another 2 bedrooms there.
The ground floor bedroom is a large double with an ensuite shower.
And we have stairs.
And these lead up to a family bathroom which has a separate tub and shower cubicle. This sits between 2 double bedrooms, a twin with built-in wardrobes, and another which also has extensive storage, giving options for all the family.
I was thinking, give up here to the girls. You've got a bedroom on this side, bedroom on the other side.
They wouldn't believe it if they knew they could have a bedroom this size.
I think their head would drop off if we came in here and said, you know.
Absolutely. It's too nice. It's too nice for children.
It's too nice for children. That's the thing, you've got 3 great options.
And the bathroom's inside.
What more could you ask for?
Well, they could ask for holiday let potential, subject to planning permission in the form of a detached double garage. There's also a plot of over 4 acres with fields kept trimmed by the grazing of a neighbour's sheep. Established fruit trees, veggie plots, a pond, 3 sheds and a landscaped garden all surround the home. And with views that take in mountains and coast in all directions...
It's everything we asked for. It's everything it says on the tin thus far.
It is, yeah.
I can't wait to find out what they think it might cost.
This garden is more than a garden, isn't it?
Someone has lived here and have taken care of it. They've put a lot of love into it, you can see.
I just think they've done the most immaculate job. Of course, does count how much you're going to have to pay. So, let me hear, what do you think it's on the market for?
I think it's over our budget already.
You think so?
I think it's £510,000.
£510,000, OK.
I'll say offers over 480.
All of this could be yours for offers over £400,000.
No.
Claire's looking at me like she's making it up.
You've got the figure wrong.
You've provided everything that we said on the list. The potential is there for the passive income.
Sustainable living.
Space for the girls wanting their animals and things.
It's only been on the market for 2 weeks. It's had strong interest, a couple of offers in already. And I would have a really good think now about how much you're prepared to put in to make this your own if it's something you really love.
Yeah.
Whew, all right, off you go. Plenty of space for you to wonder and think.
Let's go have another
I'll
look.
leave you to it.
On the market for offers over £400,000, this detached 21st century home comes with an outstanding energy performance rating, large living rooms and 3 bedrooms across 2 floors. There are over 4 acres of land, a detached garage and incredible views of mountains as well as the coast.
I think when we gave Escape to the Country the brief of what we wanted from a property, I didn't think they would find it for our budget. The fact that this is below our budget, which gives us the money to be able to develop it, yeah, very surprised.
I think this house delivers everything we asked for. I don't know where you go from here, really, if this is house 1. Unless there's helicopter pads and swimming pools at the next one, I think this is I don't want to say a great start, because it's probably a great finish, really.
For these house buyers, the move to Skye is all about access to the great outdoors. But they will also need to consider shops and services, so we've sent them to check out the capital of the island, the harbour settlement of Portree.
Apparently it's always sunny on Skye every day. It's one of those phenomena.
Yeah, I believe you.
Founded 200 years ago as a fishing village, the main industry these days is tourism, which means there's a great choice of places to eat and drink, visitor information and shops to pick up a souvenir or 2.
I like all this old memorabilia in there.
Oh, you're not going to fill the house with that one.
Why not?
Regular buses travel to the city of Inverness, which takes about 3¼ hours. and a local route serves destinations around the island.
What I love about living in Portree is the community spirit. We've got amazing restaurants here. There's the Scottish Chef of the Year with the Scottish Restaurant of the Year, and it is just an all-round good place to live.
Yeah, well, I've been on Skye for 68 years now, born and bred. Yeah, I'm a proud Skye man. I always make that quite clear when people ask me where I'm from. And a Skyeman is called a Skienach.
To find out what it's like to live and raise a family in Portree and Skye as a whole, our buyers are meeting local residents and business owners Carol and Alistair Campbell.
So, what do you love about living in Portree?
It's just a nice pace of life. It's a carefree, safe place to raise children. It's very friendly, very welcoming, and yeah, it's just a really nice place to be.
So we're a family of 4 with 2 young children, so what activities do you think are available on Skye and Portree for them?
We've got a 13-year-old daughter, she plays in a local wind band. Our son likes to go sailing, he's joined the local sailing club. There's so many activities for kids to do, so I think if you're moving into the area, really get your kids set up in a lot of these activities, and it's a great way for you to meet other people as well.
Well, so far, everything confirms that Mark and Claire have picked the right family-friendly location with their choice of Skye.
A nice backdrop to the town, isn't it? That?
Yeah, it's just
pretty
lovely reflection of this time of day.
Yeah, it's pretty special, that is.
Now, back to seeing what property options the island has for them. We're heading to the Waternish Peninsula now, close to the tiny township of Steen. Originally an 18th century planned settlement designed by Scottish civil engineer Thomas Telford, the grand scheme to create a fishing industry on the banks of Loch Bay never took off. But some of the original buildings remain, and the township boasts the oldest inn on the island, as well as a Michelin-starred restaurant serving local seafood. And just a few hundred metres further away from the shoreline is the next option I've got lined up to consider.
All right, house number 2. I think this is pretty spectacular.
Yeah, what a view.
I like the access to the water that I can see down there.
Yeah, spectacular scenery, and I can see there's a pub.
And we're that bit closer to the schools here. So half an hour to the secondary school in Portree, maybe 8-10 minutes down to the primary.
Oh, that's easy.
But of course, it's all about the house you're going to be living in. Let's have a look.
Built in 2003 from block and timber, a ramp provides step-free access and leads us via a boot room and utility space to the kitchen diner. That really defines this as an island home.
Yeah, an island.
An island, yeah. I can see all the flour and the mess and the girls making bread.
Spreading everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the size of the kitchen and the dining room is okay. It's not totally the style that I would like and keep, but it doesn't mean it's not beyond us to make it like you want to.
You could change cupboard doors and things, colours, you know, paint scheme. Don't know. What to think?
I feel as if it's not quite inspiring you as much as this morning.
No, it's not.
All right, let me show you some more then. See if we can get this up the scale.
An internal hall leads to a large reception room, facing out to the loch.
So they've kept the glory space at the back of the house.
It's all about the views, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is nice. You can just sit there, and it was hard to get up and do much else.
Exactly.
Again, to use the word cosy, but nice winter room, log burner going, looking at the view out there. It's a lovely home. It's a lovely house.
Well, I'll tell you what, you haven't seen the whole property. There are 4 bedrooms here. This time I'm sending you off to look on your own, say what you like without me being behind you. I might be listening, that's all I'm saying. Okay. All right, I'll find you outside.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah.
Wow, we did really well this morning, and that's the problem. Sometimes you show them everything they love, and then you've got to live up to those expectations all the way through.
What this option does have is bedrooms galore. A double on the ground floor could perhaps be put to another use.
Playroom.
Playroom, but also a place to have their sofa in there to get away from us.
Yeah, wonderful views again.
A Across the hall from this is a shower room. And next to this, stairs lead up to 3 further bedrooms, partly set into the eaves.
Very different feel from the house this morning.
It feels like you've got to put more effort in with this one to make it into feel like your home.
The smallest bedroom has views from the side of the home across the loch.
I think with the skills that you have, Mark, and you could make this into a fabulous bedroom for Oceana because you know how to build those special beds. I'm sure you should have a pair of binoculars on there and we would want reports back on what she sees.
And opposite this is another bedroom that might suit their elder daughter. These have access to a family shower room. Then the main bedroom has its own ensuite.
Oh, this is a nice bedroom. How light it is.
Yeah, great view again.
Yes.
To wake up to that. Yeah, I mean, this is great, isn't it? You know, the view through there, ensuite, shabby chic. I like that, yeah.
And I've got more up my sleeve.
There is a reason I brought Mark and Claire to this house. The location, stunning. The property offers everything they need, and the annex next door is ready to go. So if nothing else, I think I'd love to see what ideas it gives them for the business that they could run.
Yes, as well as the main 4-bedroom home, the current owners have converted an attached garage to create a studio annex, with its own entrance that is ready to be offered as a holiday let.
So this is why I really wanted to show you this property, because this has been newly done by the current owners.
You can tell.
Behind you, bathroom. Got this really lovely kitchen, I think.
Yeah, it's
and then a living room, bedroom, and then again, they've managed to get the views in.
Yeah.
Is that the view or is that a really nice poster somewhere?
I know, it could be,
Beautiful.
it could be.
I like that it's got its own door as well.
Yes.
So is this clicking some ideas for you?
Apart from, you know, making the house the way that you want it here, there's not that much else to do.
The garden here is a 1/4 acre plot that provides off-street parking for several cars and, of course, more of those spectacular views. And an adjoining plot of around 6 acres with planning permission to build a house is available by separate negotiation for offers over £150,000. But let's see what they make of this property first and find out what it might cost them.
So having seen it all, what are your reflections right now? And then tell me what you think it's on the market for.
The house hasn't got so much land, but it's got proximity to Portree, the schools, the shops, the convenience. Offers over 375.
Okay, for offers over 365,000.
The owner would like offers over £430,000.
Yeah, I suppose it tells what we value compared to what other people might.
And that is exactly it, Claire. I mean, a house is only ever worth what someone's willing to pay for it, and it's always going to come down to your own personal tastes and considerations.
Yeah.
This detached loch-side house will definitely make the perfect package for someone. It has a modern kitchen diner, 4 bedrooms and a self-contained annex. There's a 1/4 acre plot providing spectacular views, and it's located within reach of schools and shops.
Well, what a stunning location. What an absolutely beautiful view. And on a day like this, goodness me, where does it get any better than that?
I think they've used the space really well with the annex, and I think it's really cosy. You'd be happy to stay there, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But for us with the children, this house probably isn't as suitable as the first property we saw, just for the space for the kids, really, and what they're expecting from the move. But for us, in a few years' time, this would be perfect.
We're rounding off the day in a way that must feel very familiar to Mark and Claire, but it's a new one to me, setting up the van.
Oh, this is the life. Thank you very much for inviting me to take a seat with you outside the camper van. As a family, you've definitely been adventurous. You've travelled so many places, but I can see why you're drawn here. Today, has that made you feel that you're making the right decision?
Oh, definitely. I think it just feels so peaceful and calm here. And but you know that if you get out there, that it's got a lot more to offer.
So the adventurous spirit has run through your DNA, through to the children. What do you think they're going to think of it up here? Are they ready to settle?
Oh, gosh.
They weren't actually when we finished in Europe, they weren't. They were ready to carry on. But I think coming back to the UK now, yeah, they're ready for a home now. I think it's important to get them, they've got to get some friends though, back in some clubs, get them integrated into the community.
So sitting here outside this van, I can see that lots of people want to do this and they pack up and they go travelling. Most of them don't sell their house first. So what made you do that? Because that's quite radical.
I think we've always believed that it's one life and you've got to get out there and you don't want to have regrets. And we certainly haven't had any regrets with the adventure we've been on. It just makes us want more.
Yeah, it's completely free, but you're ready to tie yourself down a bit again. Maybe.
Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Never say never.
For a while at least.
Yeah.
Let's settle the girls.
Yeah.
Let's give them what they need for a bit.
So all we have to do is find you a house.
Yes.
That's all.
I feel like we got close today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Hold your horses, there's still the mystery house to come.
The average price paid for a detached house in Scotland currently sits at just under £339,000. But head away from the main centres of population to the area of Highland, including the Isle of Skye, and that price drops to around £304,000. Here's a selection of what else is currently available on the island. For offers over £375,000 is a 4-bedroom bungalow that has wraparound gardens and enjoys views across Loch Harport. And whisky aficionados will be delighted with the proximity to a world-renowned distillery. This Scottish stone and timber-clad 3-bedroom residence combines old and new. Enjoy the views from the generous private garden and raised deck, or stroll down to potter around some rock pools. Marketed at offers over £480,000. For a wee taster of the island, you might snuggle down for a short break in one of these cosy 1-bedroom pods. The open plan layout has cooking facilities with a separate shower, and you'll be located close to the facilities of the island's capital. Priced from £120 per night.
It's the start of a sparkling, sunny new day here on Skye, and I'm still fizzing with excitement from the positivity of yesterday. Mark and Claire really liked that first house. And today, it's all about the mystery. While we've sorted Mark and Claire's lifestyle, I think it's time we focus on the girls. For my mystery proposition, we've come south to the Slate Peninsula and the village of Ardvarsa. Described as the Garden of Skye, the spectacular but more tranquil Slate scenery surrounds a series of villages. In Armadale, you'll find large shops and services, as well as a ferry that was the chief link to the mainland before the Skye Bridge. The coastal village of Ardvarsa has doctors, a post office and a village hall, as well as a pub and hotel. Although an hour's drive from the conveniences and secondary school of Portree, this location has great access to the mainland, which should appeal in the not-too-distant future. Right, the mystery house today is very special. This property, you get everything. Business, art studio right there, right for conversion. In there, already it's a B&B. Look at this land. Mark and Claire are going to have a field day.
And there's connectivity that might suit the girls as they grow up and seek more independence.
Here, they can hop on a ferry, get to the mainland and get a train to Glasgow. Happy days.
Now to welcome Mark and Claire to my well-connected mystery with business potential.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I am so excited, I can't tell you, about this one.
It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
The view, it's spectacular.
It's just that it's a panoramic view, isn't it? And just non-stop.
Yeah.
There was a pod of 25 dolphins apparently the other day.
Scenic, beautiful, and to think that you might have a location where you can enjoy it like that on a daily basis.
Yeah. What do you say to that?
Yeah,
Stunning.
What do you say? OK, thank you.
Thank you, sold, done. Right,
Oh,
job done.
I can see the house, or we can just sit here on a chair all day.
Well, let me show you inside the property, because this is a strong contender for your family. Come on.
OK.
Hard to believe this modern, Scandinavian-inspired home, built in the 1970s, is in fact the oldest property I'm showing them this week. Currently owned by an artist, light floods the home.
OK, come on through.
So bright.
It is, isn't it? And welcoming.
Yes, yeah. Different angles.
Oh, you get to enjoy the panoramic view from in here.
It feels like there's no glass there.
It does, doesn't it? Everything looks like a painting, doesn't it?
You can't not be inspired by that view, can you?
No, it does make you want to just get your boat and get out there straight away.
Cup of tea first.
I like that kitchen. That's not our style at all, but I really like that.
And through here is a snug.
Ah, I'll never get Ocean around. She loves cosy.
Oh. One thing I want to show you is, of course, the business aspect of this property. So follow me and I'll show you what's on this floor.
Okay.
This home has 4 bedrooms in total, all with en-suites. And the first on this floor is already successfully offered to paying guests at a board-only rate of £160 to £185 a night.
I know it's important that you have a passive income. This room is self-contained. You can shut this door, lock it off from the rest of the house, and that is direct access in. It's got a bathroom there, and what a gorgeous room with a view. Yes. And guess what? You don't even have to offer breakfast to get some pretty good rates.
No one's going to say no to that, are they?
No.
What I'm getting from this is it was built in the 70s, but that retro feel is back, and it's almost like this house could be a new build. The way it's been designed. Yes, it's 70s, but it's almost like, that's cool.
70s is cool, trust me.
Yeah.
I'm a 70s baby.
Very cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool, yeah.
What else do we have to show you?
More bedrooms?
More bedrooms. Right, off you go. Go find them, enjoy, and then I'll show you the art studio.
OK then.
Completing the ground floor is a second double bedroom. Then, stairs from the hall lead to 2 further ensuite doubles, the first of which has access to a balcony.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous view. It's definitely not a children's room.
No.
No, I'll have this one.
No, yeah. Crikey, it's world-beating, isn't it, that view? Absolutely beautiful.
After yesterday, with how positive they were about that first property, I don't think they were expecting to feel this way about here. As ever, the mystery house has thrown a curveball in. And the final bedroom is a generous double.
So they're very good size, and every single one is en suite.
It's a mystery house, this one.
Outside, there is around half an acre of land to play with. This includes off-street parking and a decked area for alfresco dining, a wilder zone that could be landscaped for self-sufficiency. And there's a large galvanised steel studio with power and water.
This obviously makes a great art studio, but I'm thinking of it as a potential business passive income again.
I think it would be an easy room to convert into a let. You could easily put a double bed in here, a sofa, and people just stare out at the views.
Open plan, kitchenette.
Yeah, get busy, Mark.
Yeah.
Again.
As usual.
It's always a project.
Now they've seen everything this mystery property has to offer, let's find out what they might have to pay for it.
You've had a good look around now. So how much do you think it's on the market for?
I'll go for £480,000.
I'm going to go offers over 495.
Okay. This property is on for offers over £475,000.
You know, depending on what over, it might give you that a little bit of a scope to
do a few bits
to
and
get
bobs,
the studio ready.
Yeah. Stream home stuff, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
This 1970s home has an open-plan kitchen, dining and living room, and 4 bedrooms, all with ensuite facilities. There's half an acre of land and a detached studio with the utilities up and running. To top it off, it's close to the ferry that connects to mainland Scotland, giving onward travel.
this could be where you could grow your veg.
Indigo loves an apple and blackberry crumble, and there's plenty here, look. The position of this house on the peninsula of Sleat, the Garden Peninsula, beautiful views, real connection to the water, a little bit of land with it, mystery house. Really has delivered, hasn't it? It's nice.
And the fact that you can have a house with those kind of views, you know, that's kind of like being in those one-off locations, but you live in the one-off location.
Yeah, it's reconnected you with the place.
Yeah, definitely.
The breathtaking landscapes of the Isle of Skye don't just attract short-stay visitors. Like Claire and Mark, others are drawn here to make a more permanent move. Let me introduce you to Steph and Ollie, who came here 2 years ago. This adventurous couple met at an Antarctic research station in 2015, travelled the world and eloped during a stay in Hawaii. After moving back to England and living in Bedfordshire, they decided to up sticks again to Scotland. They've been running a Skye-based photography business inspired by their own alternative nuptials for the last 2 years. Making the move from the mainland to a Scottish island is a huge move for anyone, so who better to ask how to manage such a mammoth move than Ollie and Steph? Thank you for bringing me here to this beautiful spot on a gorgeous day. What made you make the move from Bedfordshire all the way up to the Isle of Skye?
We met working in the sub-Antarctic, so it's a very wild and remote place, and having done that and lived in that environment, Bedfordshire just seems so busy and just full of people and stuff going on, and so we just were longing to move to somewhere like this.
What was the process like then, moving from the south up here permanently?
We had to drive a long way to look at houses, so we would come up for a weekend and try and fit as many houses in as we could. Skye is very popular, so we lost out on maybe 6 or 7 houses until we won this one.
And it was a 1,000-mile round trip, so we'd sleep in the car. But in the case of this house, we were really lucky because we were actually on that island on the day that this came on the market. And so within, 2 hours of it going on the market, we did our viewing and we got our offer straight in and it got accepted. So within 4 hours, we'd secured it and no one else had seen it.
And I think that's because we had come up a few times, missed out on a few houses, and we actually had a bit of rapport and a relationship with the estate agents.
I think she was hoping we'd find something.
So I think that's a good tip for anyone. Make friends with the estate agents.
Make friends. We've had glorious weather, but I should imagine if you're going to make the move here, you want to experience it all. You want to know what it's like. Deepest, darkest winter, the grey, rainy days.
And to be honest, in the winter we actually sometimes find ourselves wishing it was colder. It's just, again, part of living on a Scottish island. You are going to get battered by pretty serious weather. In the winter, we get very short days and it can be quite dark. And again, Steph and I, in a weird way, we kind of enjoy that. We've got about 50 board games in our house and we love getting the log fire going, snuggling up with our dogs.
And I hear you've created a perfect business here as well.
Yeah, we have. So we started an elopement photography business. We get couples from all around the world that just love the beauty of Skye and want to get married in this awesome environment.
Scotland's less strict marriage laws have seen those in the rest of the UK eloping over the border since the 18th century. Unlike England and Wales, it's still the case you can tie the knot anywhere you like here. So Steph and Ollie promote an elopement package, acting as the 2 witnesses required, as well as capturing the moment on camera in the epic Skye landscape and working on the images in their home studio. So this is the base of your operation. Tell me about why you chose elopers.
We actually eloped ourselves, and seeing just how stressful weddings can be, it just made us think that we wanted to do something different rather than having to buy dinner for 100 people and not actually get to talk to each other on our wedding days. And I think that experience just made us realise that is a possibility.
And we're heading out to one of their favourite spots next.
This truly is epic, and it's on your doorstep pretty much, isn't it? From here, what are we looking at? The mainland over there?
Yeah, you can see the mainland and the Isles of Skye and Rona out that way.
And what's your words of encouragement to others thinking of doing this?
I think it's important to come and spend some time here maybe before you move here. So even if you can rent somewhere for a few months, or just check that it's the right lifestyle for you and you enjoy it.
Yeah, but if it is right for you, then you're going to love it. It's amazing.
It's not hard to see why couples choose to have their special day in these beautiful surroundings. But can we move my buyer's relationship with this island from holiday romance to a home they want to get hitched to? Wow, what a week it's been. We've given Claire and Mark plenty to think about. Let's find out what they've decided. Hello. Wow, another stunning view. You just keep finding them here, don't we? The question is, are we a step closer to this becoming forever?
Definitely, I would say.
After the first day, I'd have put money on the first house. But the mystery house did its job.
Head would be the mystery house. Heart was number one.
The first one. I could see myself being there. And I liked that it just felt like it was just me there, really. Didn't feel like there was anyone else putting around.
So your heart's with number one. What are you going to do next?
We're going to go and see it again. I think to drive there ourselves and to explore the beach and just sit and just soak in, I think.
I think that we're going to re-look at it and going to revisit it is a bit of a formality, really.
Yeah.
All being well, will you put an offer in?
Yes,
Yes.
I think we will. And all being well, yes, we would purchase property number one.
Well, that would make my heart sing, I won't lie. Shown you a house that's taken you by the heart. You're going to take the next steps and go and see it. And the way you've been pulling yourselves into this adventure, I hope it continues to unfold for you.
We don't want to fight it, we've just got to go with it.
Yes, go with the flow. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to coming to see you settled in.
Well, thank you very much.
And can we thank you? Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. Had a
Yeah,
great
we've
time.
loved it.
Thank you very much.
What a successful week. Sunny sky, magnificent mountains, and for Mark, Claire and the girls, the end of one epic adventure and the start of another. And for a family who love to follow their heart, I think we've helped them get one step closer to living their ultimate dream and making their escape here. But for now, it's goodbye from me and the Isle of Skye. I really don't want to go home. Mark and Claire did put in an offer on house number one, but unfortunately they were outbid. They're currently renting on the island while their search continues, and we wish them all the very best. If you would like to escape to the country in Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales or England and need our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.